If you've been arrested in Texas and released on bond, you may think you're free to go, but you're not. When you're released on bond, you agree to a set of rules known as bond conditions, and violating even one can send you straight back to jail. In this video, you'll learn what bond conditions are, why they matter, and how they work across West Texas counties like El Paso, Pecos, and Ward. Bond conditions in Texas are court-ordered rules you must follow while you're out on bond. They're outlined in an order setting conditions of bond or release, and may include no contact orders, curfews, drug testing, and required court appearances. Judges have broad authority under Texas law to impose any condition they believe protects the victim and the community. Ignoring or violating even one condition can result in immediate bond revocation. Bond itself is the financial guarantee that ensures you'll appear in court. Whether it's a cash bond, a surety bond through a bail bond company, or a personal recognizance bond, the purpose is to secure your return to court. But the real restrictions come from the bond conditions, the rules governing your behavior until your case is resolved. Judges in Texas have wide discretion to decide what's necessary based on your situation. Two people charged with the same offense might have entirely different bond conditions, depending on their criminal history, the facts of the case, and the level of risk the judge perceives. Some of the most common bond conditions in Texas include no contact with the alleged victim, mandatory court appearances, curfews or location restrictions, drug and alcohol testing, electronic monitoring, and surrendering weapons. In family violence cases, courts often require protective orders. In DWI or drug-related cases, regular substance testing is standard. For those considered flight risks, judges may even require you to turn in your passport. If your charge involves another person, such as assault, family violence, or stalking, you'll almost certainly be ordered to avoid all contact with that individual. That means no phone calls, no messages, no social media contact, and no third-party communication. If you live together, you'll likely need to move out temporarily. Even if the other person contacts you first, you can still be held responsible for violating the condition. Attending every court hearing is another essential condition. Missing a court date is a major violation, and judges react harshly. The court can issue a warrant for your arrest, revoke your bond, and even charge you with failure to appear, a separate offense that can mean additional jail time or fines. For misdemeanor cases, it can lead to up to a year in jail. For felony cases, it can result in 2 to 10 years in prison. Some defendants are also required to follow curfews or avoid certain areas, such as neighborhoods, schools, or bars. In some cases, you might be placed on electronic monitoring with a GPS ankle bracelet. It may feel restrictive, but it's still a better option than sitting in jail. For DWI or drug-related charges, abstaining from alcohol and controlled substances is often mandatory. You may have to take random drug or alcohol tests weekly or bi-weekly. Failing or skipping a test can lead to bond revocation. Even prescription medications must be disclosed in advance to avoid issues. Defendants charged with violent offenses may also have to surrender their firearms. You could be required to hand them over to a licensed dealer or an approved third party until your case is over. If the court considers you a potential flight risk, you may also have to surrender your passport to prevent international travel while charges are pending. Bond conditions are determined by a judge during your initial appearance or arraignment. The judge considers the nature of the alleged crime, your history, and input from the prosecutor. A bail bond company cannot alter or remove these conditions. They're set by the court alone. If you think something is unfair, your attorney can request a hearing to ask the court for a modification. When a bond condition is violated, things move quickly. The court can revoke your bond and issue a warrant for your arrest. Once that happens, you can be taken back into custody immediately. Depending on the severity of the violation, you may be held without bond or given a much higher bond amount with stricter conditions, like electronic monitoring or daily check-ins. If the violation is reported through a failed test, a police report, or pretrial officer's notice, the prosecutor will file a motion to revoke your bond. The judge will hold a hearing to determine what happened, and if they find you in violation, revocation can be immediate. In most cases, getting a new bond set means paying significantly more and following tighter restrictions. The important thing to remember is this: bond conditions are not optional. They are legal orders that carry serious consequences if broken. Always make sure you understand each condition before leaving court. If you're ever unsure whether something might violate your bond, contact your attorney first. While you're out on bond, your job is simple: follow every rule, attend every hearing, and stay compliant until your case is resolved. If you're in West Texas, whether in El Paso, Pecos, Marfa, Van Horn, or nearby, and you need help understanding your bond or getting released, Freedom Bail Bonds is ready to help. We serve El Paso, Hudspeth, Culberson, Reeves, and surrounding counties. Call Freedom Bail Bonds at 915 877 9293 or visit epfreedombail.com to get help today.